All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we are back at the shop, and we have the Miata inside. So I sprayed all the salt off and stuff. I mean, I didn't even wash the damn thing. It doesn't really need it at all. So what I really want to do is detail it. You know, get some spray wax on it, wipe it down, get the interior cleaned up, and then get this thing posted for sale because I need this thing gone ASAP.
That bumper I sent you would be perfect.
Oh, the one with the smiley face?
It
Yeah.
looks like a smiley face.
Well, what do you think of it?
I mean, it's pretty clean.
Pretty damn clean, ain't it? I think it's great. I mean, a part of me is kind of like, I wish I didn't have a bunch of projects because I'd probably keep it for a while. But in all reality, I need more than 2 seats. You know what I mean? If I need a 2-seater, I have Mustangs.
It's a Miata.
It is a Miata. They are fun. And this one's actually pretty quick. It's got the variable valve timing and all that stuff. It's a 1.8, like VVTi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it has all that. It's actually pretty damn quick. You know, compared to like Wes's 1.6, and I hopped in this, and I kind of got into it a little bit when we went to dinner the other night.
Can you do donuts?
I didn't try. It slides around on the ice.
Like, do people drift these?
Yeah, they drift these. This is the one like Jack had.
This is what Jack had?
Jack had one of these, but it was boosted. So Jack had one of these with knuckles on it and stuff like that. And I think he had some like Koenigs or Enkis or something on there. But again, this one, I'm not going to do any of that too. Chris started like showing me a spoiler he had and like all this other stuff. And I was like, nope. I don't want to spend any more money. I just want to spend some time. I already changed the oil. It's got a brand new oil change, filter, all that stuff. It's good.
Hey. See this thing over here?
I'm not showing that.
See that thing right there? Right?
Yeah, I know. That's
Sell
why.
that.
I know that. I already know this. This is my plan. That was my entire... my entire plan is to sell this, get money for said project, and have money for the other project that I really want to make my daily. Yeah. Yeah. So... But that's the plan today, is get this thing looking icy. I mean, it's already looking great, but just give it that extra little details. I mean, the inside's a little, dirty and stuff like that, which I can easily clean up. I have the stock shift knob. I'm going to put that back on because, I mean, that one's fine, but I have the stock one, and this is basically a stock car with just some lowering springs and a cold air intake. So I am going to start working on getting all of this detailed up and then see what else we can get. I really want to see if I can get this out. I think this is like some overspray from the paint job. At first it looked burnt, but the more you look at it, you can see it's red. It's not burnt. So I want to sand that up and see if I can get that off. It's crazy what a little bit of spray wax will do to a car. I wiped all the water spots off and then I hit it with some ceramic spray wax, dude. Oh my God. This thing is real nice. Like when I got it, it was dusty. When I drove it around, it was salty. When I got it home, super salty. Sprayed it off, looked better, hit it with a little bit of spray wax, and oh my Jesus. I mean, I still need to like clean the wheels, put some tire shine, stuff like that on it. But dang, I'm stoked for someone to get this thing, man. Like I said, this is such a nice car. I would contemplate keeping it, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to work on getting the carpet or the floor mats out. I might take the seats out and really like vacuum under the seats and all that stuff because it does have higher miles. So, over time, grime does happen. So I'm going to work on doing that. So really the only thing I really want to change inside is this shift knob. I mean, I know it's probably fine and I'll probably keep it just in case whoever buys it wants it. But I have the stock one here. It was real grimy and stuff, but I just think it'll look classier, especially with this being a stock looking car. Like just put the stock shifter knob on it and go from there. So I'm just going to take this one off real quick, as long as it just comes off and it ain't all stripped. And not to mention, if the stock one's stripped, then I'm going to put this one right back on. But for now, I think all we got to do is just screw this off. I did just notice it's got one little thing right here that's missing. See right here, it looks like it's a filler panel. So that little one right there is actually missing. So I might have to get that, see if I could find one of those in a parts car or something. All right, there we go. And that's got some weight to it too. Like that's actually pretty heavy. So maybe that is not, it's a lot heavier than the stock one. But I'm gonna put the stock one on there just to kind of dress it up and keep that OEM look. So I'm gonna screw this on there, get that tight and show you how it looks all finished up. All right, so yeah, I mean, I just think that looks classier. Obviously, I still got to clean the inside, which is what I'm about to do now. But I think that just looks a lot classier than this DC Sports. I think DC Sports is like a eBay kind of brand. A lot of Hondas and stuff. They sell a lot of stuff for a lot of things, which, I mean, good quality. It's heavy and stuff. So like I said, I'll keep this in case the person that buys this car wants to put this on. So, but, I mean, you can see it's about the same. This one's a little bit longer, but it was threaded all the way down, so as far as it could go. So it was actually a little bit shorter. So I just think that looks classier in here. Almost, well, not almost factory. It is factory, so just kind of dressing it up. So, all right, let's move to cleaning all of this. Well, I'm not too mad about it. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of mess up underneath here. So I'll grab these bolts so I don't vacuum them up. I'm gonna get all this vacuumed up and get all the plastic all cleaned up. So let's get that passenger seat out. Get the little plug from underneath undone. It's actually not even one on the passenger side. Sick. Let's get this out. All right, a little bit more stuff, literally just a straw, but vacuum all this out and clean it up. So I do the same thing, get these bolts up out the way. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put them in here so I don't lose them. But cool, so let me get this vacuumed up. All right, well, before I vacuum this stuff up, I'm actually gonna get the dash and all that cleaned. I like this Meguiar stuff, like the natural shine protectant and stuff. It doesn't really need to be deep cleaned. Basically just a good dusting and a wipe down. So I want to give you all a quick little how this turns out. So you saw how dusty it was. And look at that. Obviously not sponsored or nothing, but I mean, if Meguiar's wants to sponsor me, hit me up, dude. But I mean, you can see how nice that looks compared to how dusty and crusty that side looks. So, all right, let's get the rest of this dash cleaned and get the center console and all that clean. I'm gonna get a little brush and get up in these things here. I'm gonna probably hit this with Windex because I don't like the film over top of the screen and stuff. Got a factory Nardi in this thing. That's pretty cool. It's not like a wood grain one. I thought the Nardis actually only came in the ones like the M editions, I guess, that have like the wood grain steering wheel and the wood grain shift knob. But the all black's definitely more my style. Again, not keeping this car, but either way, get all this cleaned up. I'm about to scrub this e-brake handle a little bit. It's pretty grimy, so I'm gonna spray this again, get the little brush and hit this thing. Getting down in there in the crevices and whatnot. All right, this keeps moving. I'm gonna have to put my hands on it. I need both hands for a second. All right, just to give you a little comparison. So that's the driver's side there after cleaning it. And that's what it used to look like. So that's like a good comparison right there. I mean, this thing, it wasn't super, super, super dirty, but anytime you give something a little bit of love, it definitely gets better. So get this passenger side done and then put the seats back in. One thing I do want to do is I think I want to take these seat covers off. One, to see how bad the seats are, and if they're at least halfway decent, I would rather have that than a faded seat cover. So I already unhooked the bottom. I haven't looked yet, so I want to see how these look. Let's get this little scrunchy thing off. Get this little scrunchy guy off. Oh, it's hooked again. Dang it. Ah, oh, come on, get off of there. Really? What are the odds of that? Not bad. Let me pull the rest of this off real quick. Get up off there. Get off there. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. Give me this. Oh, what is going on here? Really? All right, I'm gonna get this hook undone real quick. This out from under here. Don't hook it because I don't want to rip it. Shit. Clean that up, we'll be in good shape. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these off. Yeah, no, faded seat covers, eh. If anything, worst comes to worst, if I find some good seats, leather seats maybe, I'll throw them in there. But I think those are fine. The big test is the driver's seat, so let me get that off real quick. But I mean, look how good this interior is turning out, guys. It looks sweet. Well, this is sad to see. So it is a little wore out. Got some butt miles on it, but I mean, I could probably get seat covers. Maybe that's what I'll look up. See if I can get some seat covers for this thing, because I mean, this mesh stuff is just kind of wore out. So maybe I'll see if I can find some leather seat covers, like actual, not just the covers that cover this up, like actual skins. Like take this cloth off, put the material on it, and kind of basically re-upholster them. So maybe we'll do that if they're not super expensive. Like if they're 100, 200 bucks, then I'll take these apart and do these. So I mean, either way, I still think at least it's not like I'm not hiding anything having it this way. So I'll clean this up and I'll put it in the car, and then that way it's done. Rest of it, you know, is what it is. So I'm definitely going to look for some black leather, either seats or black leather upholstery for these, because that will just change it in this car. All right, guys. Well, I figured out what was on the headlights. It was like a film, and I kind of screwed myself. I'm going to let y'all know that now, because I got it off of there. The headlight looked all right besides all the glue. But once I got the glue off, I like heated it up and then kind of like rubber wheeled it a little bit. Not a lot, because I didn't want to melt it through. But as soon as I peeled some glue back, a piece of the headlight, if you see, like it's solid, but it's not good. So fortunately, I am going to be looking for another headlight. I'm going to see if I can just get a pair of them. I mean, this one's good, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's got a little bit of haziness on the top, so it's not that big of a deal. If I could find a part out for this one here, that'd be sick. But I mean, I don't know. This sucks. It's one of them dumb things. It could have been avoided, but it is what it is. So I'm going to see if I could find just a passenger headlight. If anyone's got one, let me know in the comments or hit me up on Instagram. I would love to get either a pair of headlights or just the passenger one. It does look like it has the projector style in there. So whatever that is, I'm not a big Miata guy, so I don't really know, but it's got the 3 pods, because I noticed that on some, these are one big one, and then there's the amber lenses in here. And as you can see, this is all clear with the projector. So my luck, these are going to be like $400, $500, $600, which I really don't want to spend. So we'll see. Other than that, the car cleaned up really well. Interior cleaned up really well. I am going to try to find some black leather seats. I just think those will do this car justice like crazy. So the interior is all good. All this is all good. Underneath, all good. Everything, that's just water. That's just from the snow and stuff outside melting off. But car looks great. I mean, it's a little dusty now because I've used, you know, the rubber wheel and stuff. So other than that, car's good. So I am going to post it up on Marketplace right now, so that way I could try to find a buyer for this thing, because I need this thing gone. Keep working on getting little things done on this thing as I have it, because why not? You know, if I can make it better for someone, then that way there's no, oh, well, this is wrong. Oh, well, this is wrong, and all that. So, but I'm going to figure out this headlight stuff. I might have to order some. If any of you guys have a passenger side headlight or know someone that has a passenger side headlight, please DM me on Instagram and let me know. I would like to get this one. So, okay, I'm going to go cry now.
We're tired of being out here in these streets alone, baby.
Oh, use video.
Yeah. So
Video.
just a little bit of working footage.
Yeah, so basically what I'm doing right now is pulling the, well, I'm looking to see if the crank is actually good in Sean's motor, because this is, don't need that no more. Don't need that. This is the motor that he had in his car originally, but it started making a noise and all that kind of stuff, and he is getting his other one built, but he needs a crank. So he asked me if I could pull it apart so that I can try to see if the crank's good. So instead of buying a new crank for a 1J, you know what I mean, he can just kind of put this one in there, put new seals, or, you know, what are they, crank bearings? Is that what it is?
I guess.
Whatever it is, these things, I don't build engines, I don't know. The shit that goes there. So put all the new bearings and seals and stuff in it, because it does look good. It doesn't look bad at all. So get this out for him. I got to figure out how the hell this comes off because I have no idea. I just started taking bolts off, hoping that I could just figure it out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I got to figure out how this comes off. But what do you think of the Miata, Wes?
It's fucking mint, dude.
Yeah.
Cherry.
I think Danny's gonna buy it.
He should.
Okay,
He
I
fucking
actually
fits in
do
it so
fit
good.
though.
He
I
actually-
do fit in that one though.
Yeah, so he actually fits in it pretty good because like yours, the NAs,
Yeah.
he doesn't fit. No shot at all.
Yeah, he tried to
does
fit in it Friday when we were getting ready, like changing tires and stuff, and he was like, "Nope,
Yeah.
my head is touching."
Right. But yeah, no, he fits in this one. And I think Alex said he might want to buy it if Danny doesn't.
Oh yeah.
For the right price.
Oh shit. Okay.
Right prices.
The streets is talking right now.
I got one in mind, but you're not going to want it.
Well, it depends on what it is, so. But anyways, so we'll talk about that. But I'm going to get this thing out. I probably got to call Chris and see how the hell this comes off because I have no clue. I got the bolts out and I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to get him on the phone, call, and see how to get this shit out, and then we'll pick back up.
Hell yeah.
You should buy it.
Chill, Bill. Don't be coming for my snacks,
That
bro.
was the slowest delay. My foot was already back on the ground before you flinched.
Yes, sir, Daddy, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Y'all wrecking on camera right now? Oh, Wreck-It Ralph over here? Yeah, that is Danny, dude.
I literally
Wreck-It
don't.
Ralph?
I do. I don't need help fucking anybody's shit.
No, you're like a bull in a china shop.
Yep. Yep. I got screamed at for picking up a ladder the other day at work.
Why?
Because I was in a lobby. He was like, oh, I'll do that. I guess I picked it up too fast. I wasn't even around
You better
anything.
throw that thing through the
It's
window.
gonna hurt everybody in that bitch.
What? Whoa.
Ding,
Take out 14 people.
Seemed alright at the time.
So I figured out how to get that gear off. Basically, it just pulls right off with a little bit of prying. So got that off and got the crank out of there. So pulled the pistons out. This is basically just going to be a parts engine for now until he decides to bore it or whatever he's going to do with that. So over here, got the crank out. All of it looks good. It's all clean. Looked around all sides. So he's going to send this to the machine shop that's doing this other engine and get this put in so that we can get Sean's car back up and running. So just a little side quest. Just wanted to show you guys that because I know a lot of guys think don't film enough. So try to film as much as I can with the hands that I do have. So since the boys are here today, it's a lot easier. So I'm gonna get this wrapped up so that they can pick it up and then we'll be in good shape. All right, guys, so it's a new day and got the car all cleaned up, got it posted on Marketplace. I set the number kind of high just because, you know, why not? You know, someone might see it and be like, that's awesome. So, you know, don't sell yourself short just in case, you know, someone wants to pay an extra couple dollars. You know, I'm not trying to get over on nobody. I'm not trying to hide nothing. But I wanted to touch base on why I got that car and why I'm selling it. I'm going to clarify that right now. Not keeping it. No matter how much my friends like it, no matter how much anyone else likes it, I'm not keeping that Miata. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? It's one of the things I literally got it to sell it so that I could get some stuff done. Now, the first thing on the chopping block, I'm actually going to start because I already have some stuff ready for it now. And some of you guys guessed it. And what that car is a Subaru. So I had this, I got this, I want to say about a year ago. And if anybody remembers, it had a wide body kit on it. I got all that off. I got the hood and fenders replaced. And if you remember on my shop cleanup day, I told you guys I had quarter panels for this thing and I showed you. So that's why, because this was all cut out. I guess there was rust and whatever. So I have to get this quarter panel and the other quarter panel cleaned up, replaced, new ones welded on and all that. I'm gonna work on getting the rockers a little cleaned up. But this car is great. This was a Marketplace find. Awesome kid, you know, awesome vision. But I got it, put a timing belt on it. It's been mint ever since. But I wanna get it looking good because I wanna drive it. You know, I sold the E36 sedan because it really isn't what I wanted. So I have this. And my thing is I can only drive but so many cars at once, which is literally one at a time. And there's no sense of having like 5 4-doors or 4, however many you would think. And this car, in my mind, and again, this is where I'm trying to tell you guys where I'm trying to not be like everyone else. I want to do it because I want to do it. That's why I got this car. I saw it on Marketplace. I liked it. I went and got it, and I won it, and I still have it. So I want to do this up because I think it's cool. Now, also, so far, what I've realized, everything I've gotten for this has been off Marketplace. The wheels that are on it, I got these wheels off Marketplace. The parts card that I got for this to replace things, got it on Marketplace. Those BCs that I got, also on Marketplace. And I mean, it's kind of turning into a Marketplace build, which is kind of cool. So, but what I want to do today is actually pull this around and just reassess it, because it's been a little while. Sometimes you forget what you got to do. So I want to pull this around, pull the Miata out, because Miata's good. Miata's done. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I did mess that headlight up. Hey, Remy. You want to say hi? Everybody's been missing you. Oh, you don't want to say hi. Oh, you're mad because you ain't got your breakfast yet, huh? Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Pain in my butt. But I want to pull this around and reassess it so I can start getting moving on this. Because, like I said, the Miata's good. Other than the headlight that I messed up, which I'm going to get, or I'll take that off the price, whatever. So I want to get this going, at least just pulled around. We are going to be working on the Cobra. So let me not start jumping around too much and everybody thinking that I'm just jumping around. I'm just waiting for my buddy to come. He's got a full-time job. I can't just make him come here, and he lives about an hour and a half away. And he's going to be bringing his scanner over so we can try to figure out what's going on with the Cobra. So that is still getting worked on. But I figured I might as well pull this around and get it running. It hasn't ran in probably 6 months, if not longer. And literally put a jump box on it, fired right up, and you can hear sounds mint. So I have a bumper for it, I have the quarters for it, I have the coilovers for it. I have more than enough. I mean, technically I could drive it exactly how it is right now, with the quarters cut off, with the no bumper and everything. I could put, you know, historic or street rod tags or whatever on it and drive it. So, but I need to do the coils for sure, because they're blown out, they're seized, and they're not great. Plus, I need to get different lug nuts for these wheels, because if you look, there's barely any threads holding these studs on. So I either need to do one of two things. Either get longer studs, or I need to get different wheels or spacers or something. I don't know yet. So, or sell the wheels, get different wheels. We'll see. So I got them for a pretty good deal, so I'll sell them for a pretty good deal too. I mean, I know they're reps, whatever. It is what it is. I think they look cool, but I do have plans to put different wheels on this at some point anyways, because I have some plans with this, and I have some plans with Sandy's Mustang. And if you're a car guy that has a girl that's into cars as well, or getting into cars, you probably understand what I'm talking about. So anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping, and I'm gonna pull this out and go pull around the shop. Alrighty, well, I got the Miata out of here, and then I got this old girl inside. So what I want to do is get it up on the lift. I actually need to back it up. I pulled way too far forward. Get it up on the lift, get the wheels off, and start assessing more of what I need to do to this thing, and just revisit things that I already knew, but obviously forgot because started doing other projects, which is really not what I'm trying to do with this. I am working on getting the Cobra all done. The Cobra is getting done. I have to wait for Charlie to get here. He's had some stuff with work. He's not able to come yet. But we are getting the Cobra done, and I might potentially have a buyer, which is sick. So if I could get the Miata sold, get the Cobra sold, I could get some things done, dude. I did post the Miata for sale, as I said before. I originally put it up for 7. I lowered it down to 65. I got to have a starting point. You know what I mean? I know 7 was probably a long shot, but I wanted to start somewhere. And obviously 7 was really shunned down. So I dropped it $500. I'll let somebody talk me down if they really wanted to offer me whatever they think it's worth. I know what my minimum is, and we'll go from there. So again, that thing's for sale. It's gone. I'm not keeping it. I'm working on this. Well, let me retract that. I'm working on the Cobra. I want to get that sold and gone. That's not a keeping it car. That's fix it, sell it, see you later. This, I believe, is going to be a keep it car. And then after this, I have plans to bring another car back in the channel that hasn't been touched on in a really long time. So I'm going to get this on the lift, and then we'll see what we got. All right, well, I got the car up on the lift now, got the wheels off, and I remembered that I put these little spacers on there just so that the wheels actually didn't hit the coilovers. And these ones, they are not in good shape. But like I said before, this thing has Blitz coilovers. If you look right there, Blitz coilovers. So they're not good. They're actually pretty seized. So I'll probably just clean them up, hang them up on the wall or something like that. But then the fronts also are seized for sure, because I've tried to loosen these up and they ain't budging. And these are just some Racelands, nothing crazy, actually very cheap. So I'll end up just taking these off and putting the BCs on it. But what I did find out is I'm leaking some brake fluid, which really sucks. So I'm sure one of these are the culprit, which I'm gonna figure out. And I'm kind of just looking over this thing, remembering all what I would need to do. As you can see, I did start cutting out the, I need to not drive this thing around with no quarter panels because it's getting some dirt all up in here. So clean all this stuff back up and then work on getting all of this fixed. As you can see, some of the wheel wells missing. It's all around here, which I have that parts car so I could have all this welded back in. Not a big deal. I mean, it's a hefty job, but you see what I'm saying. I am going to be trying to probably get rid of these wheels. It just seems like there's a lot to try to make these work. And again, I kind of want to change them up anyways so that I can match Sandy and stuff on her car. So I'm going to work on getting this thing cleaned up and stuff. And then probably in the next video, we'll be putting the coilovers on this thing just to, you know, have that done and start prepping the quarter panels to get all them done. So like I said, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be sick. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.